This'll be a week on Hermitcraft, however it happens.
Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap. My name is Pixelriffs, our writer is LoyXP, captions on this video were provided by Liara, and we could be playing Elden Ring right now. By the time you're watching this, we probably have. We're trying not to let that distract us from the recap, but occasionally we look at footage of Tango's Deep Frost Citadel and think, yeah, we could solo that once we put enough points into Dex and Vigor. Don't even get us started on Doc M having a dragon, Gemini Tay's minor Erd tree, and how many somber smithing stones we could pull out of Impulse SV's base. Yes, we're aware these jokes are just for us. So arise, ye tarnished! And let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. The loathsome dung eater, etc. Starting with a unique B-dubs, which is an amazing sentence to say. We're talking, of course, about the misprinted B00 card auctioned off in the TCG card shop, and wouldn't you know it, Cubfan135 takes it home. After it leaps out of the item frame and into the payment hopper, mind you.
The one and only B-dubs. Oh, God.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Rest
Oh, no!
in peace,
It's been
B-dubs.
destroyed. Oh, he made it all the way through the system.
All he wanted to do
He's
was
fine.
sleep.
In time, this card should score quite the price at the collectors, but until then, it helps to recycle the card pack wrappers for a fresh card at Pearl's Garbage Center.
Awesome, man. I will also toss
Probably be
mine in.
counting these. That was, I think,
1, 2,
10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Whoa!
Ooh,
Is that a rare Jevon?
A rare Jevon, that actually helps. I can run speedrunner with this for sure. That's huge, actually.
Cub also still has his own minigame to run, especially now that it has so much more fall damage to dispense. Equipped with live shulkers, the Total Chaos minigame welcomes a fresh batch of victims, and so Azuma, Gemini Tay, Etho, Doc, Beef, and Jevon get their falling boots broken in, as well as their shins.
Mary Poppins over here trying to get me.
This is madness.
Hi.
Oh, it's just, that's
no idea what's going on. Into the damage. Into the damage. I gotta kill Jevon. Revenge.
There it is. There it is.
From last time.
TCG creator Vintage Beef approves Pearlescent Moon's recycling initiative, in no small part because it helps him reclaim all the booster packs instead of crafting new ones, but also because he's a player, and it gives him a chance to earn some extra cards from his official stock of rare hermits.
Let's start with obviously just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 token. You know what? We could even put more than 1 token. That way we'll technically have more opportunities here.
He even bid on his own auction for the Era B00 card, although as we've already explained, Cubfan eventually scooped the grand prize. Luckily for Beef, he beats XB Crafted to the punch for the cards he wanted in his NHO-themed deck, his own ultra-rare card, and an ultra-rare Etho as well.
Oh, that's exciting. I cannot wait to incorporate that. Right before this, he actually raced me to the vending machine after our match to get the pack before I did.
And if you thought Beef had hung up his paint rollers for good, you'd be wrong. This week, he publishes a map-artified guide to the strengths and weaknesses of various type matchups and begins selling them for a diamond block apiece.
Oh, baby, this is going to be good for people.
The success of TCG has meant it's ultra-rare that Etho himself finds enough time to work on his base build. But this week he finally steps away from the cards long enough to develop a build palette and assembles what he describes as an alien gateway framed by a custom tree. Eventually it'll lead somewhere, possibly to his home planet.
Let's check it out from a few different angles here. I think we have to be careful now not to add too many more leaves to the top there. It's already looking like I maybe went a little overboard with it. Trying to make it look good from all angles, right? You gotta really fill it out properly.
He can't resist the siren call of minigames for long though, and he attempts Azuma's Elytra course, which gets him in the racing mood. He and Ren have teamed up to create an ice boat course of epic proportions. But Etho isn't done innovating. He contributes a deck drafting machine to one of the TCG arenas, allowing players to assemble a deck from randomly picked selections of 3 cards at a time. So when people get tired of the meta, they can flex their card game knowledge and adapt to whatever is thrown their way.
If that goes on for too long, it's gonna get stale, right? So it'd be cool if people start drafting decks and playing by different rules and stuff. That's the cool thing about drafting, right? Like sometimes you have to pick the worst card just to make sure your deck is more consistent and viable.
If your ears perked up at the mere mention of an ice boat raceway, Rendog has more action from the creative side of track design. He's been working on a section where a skilled racer can chain shortcuts together like a Mario Kart Pro. Extra points if you give other contestants the Luigi side-eye while doing so.
So we're going to be going shortcut into shortcut, which should theoretically be the most difficult part of this section. So we're going to go into the bump shortcut, take the bump, hit the stabilizer, and miss the second shortcut.
He may have to move mountains in the name of expanding the course, but that's entirely on brand for Ren, who's been terraforming the Gigacorp Mushroom Island into a gigantic technical mud pie. And it's a good thing he's an experienced boat operator by now, because the villagers need to be airdropped into his iron farm, and in Minecraft 1.19, parachutes come in 7 colors of wood.
And we just have to hope that we're going to hit the module. It's looking good. It's looking good. We did it. Nice.
There is another speedy raceway for Hermitcraft to appreciate thanks to Grian developing his Wet Socks hydroplaning road. We actually get the answer we so desired this week with why did they not just build the whole thing underground if other people's builds get in the way. Turns out the answer is because the hermits are not underground.
Brown, green, underground, underground, green, underground, green, and infrastructure need to be extremely accessible. I'd have to fly to an entrance point, then go in, and then travel, all of which is very valuable seconds for traveling to and from wherever we're going.
To celebrate some hermit also resurfacing, Grian breaks into Mumbo Jumbo's vault to throw him a welcome back party, as well as a good 100 XP bottles over his head.
This is incredible.
Yes! No. Just there we go. It's done.
There we go. Honestly, this is slightly sinister. This is more sinister than I think you think it is.
Wait, what? No, it's cute. It's cute. It's how much I missed you.
Now having the rarest hermit at his disposal, Grian continues his quest to acquire all the rarest items in the game, this time choosing to get himself the dragon egg. The trick here is that the only one they have is at Pearl's place within Pearl's possession. That's why Grian just borrows it and uses a duplication glitch to make a baker's dozen for himself. Naturally, this immediately makes the egg not the rarest item on the server, go figure, but maybe there are other uses for the flying lizard's offspring.
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack.
The foot traffic rolling up to Gem's castle is a bit of a problem, actually. Turns out the Elven Keep has no way of accessing it without an elytra. Sure, the stairs are there, but the cliffside itself certainly poses a challenge. This week, Gem makes sure to put bubble elevators into the sides of her towers to help with that. Also, the pathways up to the keep should help guide the tourists the right way. They're only bright white and borderline luminescent. That milky road cost Gem quite the trek, since acquiring calcium in the game is not as simple as a nutritious breakfast would have you believe. Calcite is still quite rare, but fear not, with the recent update you can also find large swaths of it in a particular biome. Never mind that this biome is also very rare.
Basically, you have the option of looking for geodes or looking for a stony peaks biome that might have a chance to have calcite. And I ended up flying 6,000 blocks out to find this. I've literally found a mushroom biome before I found calcite.
For his own rare exports, XP Crafted has captured 2 Ravagers during a stream, but unable to find them a home in the nearest labyrinthine minigame, XP Crafted decides to make them part of a high-risk, high-reward petting zoo.
I wanted everything to look fairly man-made. I wanted like elevation changes.
He even builds a comfortable and humane environment for them in the pen, considering what they would reasonably need and what they won't just trample into the dirt. Unfortunately, he's included in that last part, even when he had an invisibility potion active.
Hello? Can you see me? We can't. Oh, he can. Oh, I got wrecked. Oh, freaking annihilated.
Given the size of Ravager noses, though, it's quite likely they could smell him from a few dozen blocks away. It is surprising that Tango Tech doesn't need Ravagers for decked out yet, but the fellow hermits will have an opportunity to contribute to the dungeon project in other ways. Pearlescent Moon, for example, will donate her time and efforts and voice lines to build a whole segment of the dungeon for someone to crawl through. Doesn't even remind him about the friendship fee, this one.
Yes, I would love to.
Okay,
yes,
all right,
please.
all right. Follow me. Okay, you want to take the easy entrance or the difficult entrance?
You know, let's do the difficult entrance. All right. This is
Dive
the difficult
down
part.
here. Everything's fine. You totally make it.
No. Oh, yeah, it's fine. Hey, look at that. That was easy. What do you mean difficult?
I smashed my face. Yeah.
Tango, in the meantime, has to figure out some intense Redstonian tech for the audio distribution system of the dungeon, as, believe it or not, he can't shout loud enough for it to be heard across the whole thing. The idea is that with every card drawn from the player's deck, the game needs to announce that across the sprawling labyrinth, but there's only so loud a jukebox can play, and any extra speaker system will need the discs delivered to it. Luckily, there is a way to nigh instantly pass an item over a significant distance. A good dropper chain will do that for you, especially coupled with observers and rails, because the technical community will literally rather use leaves than actual redstone.
What we have here is instant bidirectional redstone wire hooked up to a unidirectional dropper lines, okay? And when you put these two magnificent things together, you have instant item transfer across infinite distance.
Thus, the voice of Tango is now carried across the dungeon, and oh, what a voice it is. Never underestimate what some reverb and Quake 3 compression does to a man.
The darkest depths.
The miracles of redstone engineering do get in the way sometimes, as with Wells Night there is someone else's jerry-rigged nether portal sitting in the middle of the village he wanted to build in.
Somebody has obviously done something here. We've got, looking at this, I can't tell. Somebody has done something. I think this may have been Doc. So I'm going to have to ask the other hermits and just find out.
The exact plans for what Wells wants to build here are not clear, but he does use the word chateau when describing it, enough times to form a full foot.
I don't want to say castle, some sort of like chateau, sort of like a chateau. I don't think I've built like a chateau before, like a proper chateau. It comes to kind of a nice plateau.
But until the owner of the mystery portal gives him a go-ahead on messing with it, Wells would rather give a couple more minigames a go. That's how he ends up at the top of the leaderboard in Azuma's Elytra course. Also, his TCG deck arrangement allows us to call him a Boomer Redstone main, because he uses Tango and Impulse cards a bunch, and they were known as the Boomers that one time. Jevin slowly decks his way to becoming TCG's final boss, and the castle build he's been working on certainly doesn't help. Really, if the halls of his mountain have place for the villager market, wouldn't you think a card game arena could fit?
The roof part of this, I had to place these all individually, step on them, burning myself, and then put them out with my shovel. It was fun.
The market actually has a funny detail to it, where the ceiling of the room is not actually the roof of the building, despite being made of the same material. So there's good real estate in the attic crawl space. Maybe that's where all the nitwit villagers will go, since the properly employed ones all have their own stalls across the hallway.
When I do builds from now on, you're almost going to always see this technique, almost always, like kind of a faux roof. When you see the exterior of the building, we want it to be grand, but then when you walk in, it's gonna feel personal, and that's perfect, right?
Given Azuma Void's whole operation is underground, an indefinite number of people could be living in his walls. They may choose not to, that's also where X puts his redstone farms all the time. Last week we saw the cactus-fueled super smelter be built, and this week we see it be fed with bone meal just to kick it into gear a bit. While the fuel processes, Azuma fills in the interiors around the room, opting for a unique combination of sandstone and mangrove. There's even a light to indicate new cactus coming into the system, as well as a glowberry auto farm for whatever reason. Like, I get it gets you glowberries twice as fast, but why would you ever want twice as many glowberries?
Okay, so the reason we're like this is so that we move up and down between two glowberries really quickly, because the way to use this farm is just to hold down right click.
But the most dangerous minigame Azuma plays with his server mates is man. This man. For short-form content, X tries Mumbo Jumbo and Good Times with Scar in the test of how many questions can you answer wrong in 45 seconds, and it turns out neither of them are particularly good at being wrong about things.
Because I feel like I answered your first question correctly.
Okay.
You asked me if I got it, and I said yes.
It could have been a trick question, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
That was me clearly explaining. I want to make sure you know.
After building potentially the most secure-looking vault in Hermitcraft's history, Mumbo naturally had to design an easy way into it, with the only interruption being Azuma showing up to demand wrong answers and give him an example of serious dedication.
Who made Minecraft?
Peter!
While Mumbo was out in his redstone world, Grian broke in to throw him a party, after which Mumbo still installs the door, with the energy of a cat testing out the new cat flap.
Okay. I mean, how cool is that? How cool is that? If I do it one more time, will you be angry at me?
Then, at last, he gets to reenact his reunion with Grian and Scar in the most cinematic way he can think of.
You died.
Oh, I don't have an Elytra! Is everything that I imagined it to be. I mean, sure, the sun was probably a little bit lower in the sky, and there was a nice golden hue in the air, but you can't have everything. Just look at those beautiful little legs.
And finally, there's DocM77, who goes full Mad Lad mode and grinds an unholy amount of resources for the holy purpose of dispatching the watery undead. His drowned farm requires over 70,000 stained glass, 8 shulkers of soul sand, a vast amount of obsidian, and one man willing to put it all together. Doc even runs into some unexpected hurdles when it turns out water doesn't freeze when it has air bubbles in it, a scientific revelation I will be taking up with my ice cube tray later. It's an endeavour that makes a break to play the latest update of Total Chaos feel like a relaxing beach holiday, but thankfully the other hermits are willing to pop over and help him make the finishing touches to the farm, and it ends in the most satisfying way. Of all the people on this server, Doc M would be the one able to make it rain in the Nether.
Yes! Oh yeah, a lot more. That helped a lot.
Oh, it's raining.
And that's about it for this week's recap. Our writer is LoyXP, and my name is Pixel Riffs. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here, and subscribe so you don't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.